and go through today's agenda. Can you guys see it? Now I enable the live streaming and also start the sharing. Can anybody see it? Sorry, I didn't saw the message and voice in the meeting.
Unfortunately, I'm driving, Feynman, but I think I noticed that
You're
there's
good.
something showing shared.
You're good.
Yeah, I can see
Okay.
it in the YouTube, on the YouTube.
Okay, and I think you should also be able to see my screen and voice in the meeting.
Yeah, I can hear the voice of the meeting on YouTube.
Okay, so we have 4 topics listed in our today's agenda. Did you see anything else, or you wanna add new things to the topic, to the agenda list? If not, I think we can start from the first one. And before that, I want to share that I had a nice in-person meeting with Andrew in Paris at KubeCon EU, and we deep dive into the proposal of Argo CD OSAT support with ORAS in the conference venue. And I believe you may also see the proposal that Andrew shared in our last meeting. I also posted the related slide deck and the related proposal issue that Andrew initiated in the community, in the Argo CD community. So if you folks are interested in that, we can discuss it further. And I really appreciate the efforts that Andrew is driving in both ORAS community and also in the Argo CD community. There are a few folks from Red Hat, from October Deploy, and also from Aquidi, the company behind the Argo CD project, who are interested in this cross-industry collaborative work. And I really look forward to how we work together to move this proposal forward.
There was a lot of interest in OCI artifacts in general at KubeCon, and especially at the talk that I gave as part of ArgoCon, a lot of people were very interested and excited to see this come to fruition. So, especially the ORAS community, this gives a great opportunity for the community to work together to, kind of have, us being able to share our best practices, our tooling, and then helping develop the core library for OCI support in Argo.
And there's also a working group public channel initiated in Argo CD community. I shared the link in the ORAS Slack channel. So if folks are interested in this proposal, you're welcome to join that Slack channel, or you can also discuss in the ORAS channel. I think, Andrew, for your proposal, we will need folks who are familiar with ORAS Go, and we will have another folks from Argo CD community to implement that idea in the Argo CD with ORAS Go integrated. Is that correct, Andrew?
That is correct. And actually, the Argo CD project actually uses or a very, very light usage of ORAS Go right now. Not much, but it's already in the project. So it's not like we're bringing in a brand new library. It's already part of there. We just need to start expanding on it.
Okay, thank you. Most of the context and details are posted in the Slack channel. So let's see. And I assume that this is very similar to how Andrew helps the ORAS community to integrate and consume ORAS Go V1 in Helm.
This effort,
And,
honestly, is just gonna add more visibility to the project and help make us better.
Yeah. Okay, so back to our agenda. The first item is related to ORAS Go v 2.5, which has been released last Friday, and it was happened during KubeCon. So maybe maintainers from ORAS Go can give a short glance of this update. I think majorly it was targeting OCI v1.1 support. Maybe Sylvia or someone else wanna give a short updates for this release?
Yeah, I can share a bit about this. So we just released this v2.5.0 of ORAS Go, and this version is the version that officially supports the GA versions of image spec and the distribution spec, which is the v1.1.0 finally. And some important notes are this version does not compile with Go 1.20 or earlier. And because we made some change in the implementation to accommodate Go 1.22, so it's highly recommended to upgrade to this version for optimal performance if you are using Go 1.22 or later. And in this version, we upgraded the dependency to image spec v1.1.0, and we also introduced a new type ORAS pack manifest version 1.1 for packing OCI image manifest defined in the latest image spec. And we also deprecated the previous version of this pack manifest version, which is the RC4. And we also fixed a few bugs related to parsing registry reference, credential stores, and the file store. Besides, we updated the Go support window to 1.21 to 1.22, and we improved some performance, unit tests, and examples. Please enjoy it.
Thank you, Sylvia. I think we can also share this new release in the OCI workspace. I mean, the OCI Slack channel. They have dedicated workspace, and most of the people who are caring about OCI are in there. I can also post this release and share the new features there, because I think we might be the first, or at least the top two to support OCI 1.1.
Do you mean the OCI Slack channel?
Yeah, I mean OCI Slack workspace.
Oh, I might know in that org.
I can share that. I can share the ORAS v2.5 in the OCI workspace. And make sure.
Sounds good. Thank you. Any questions regarding to this release?
All great stuff, Sylvia.
Yeah, kudos to the ORAS Go maintainers for making this great milestone happens.
Yeah, and we have new contributors. if you scroll down to the bottom.
Yeah, I see. We have a new contributor from community who help us bump up the code version in this release. Okay, so back to our agenda. Next, I'm gonna share some key findings at KubeCon EU, which is related to ORAS or maybe ORAS Go and other ORAS ecosystem projects. I can first share some of the findings from my side. Maybe Andrew can share some others if you observed from the KubeCon EU. What I have been observed at KubeCon EU for the content that related to OCI and ORAS, I have seen around 3 topics who talks and share their use cases, leverage ORAS CLI, ORAS Go libraries, and ORAS Python libraries in their use cases. The first use case is from Bloomberg. I also posted their use case and the recording in our Slack channel. So Bloomberg, in short, Bloomberg uses ORAS Python library in their environment to manage and distribute machine learning models as OCI artifacts in their model registries. What they are looking for is to make the ORAS Python library much mature because there are still some basic functionalities missing in the ORAS Python libraries. So I think what we need to do is to communicate with Vanessa from ORAS Python project and see how we can collaborate to make the ORAS Python libraries much mature and to fit their needs. At this moment, they already uses ORAS Python in their environment to manage ML models. I think this is a good start for Bloomberg and also for ORAS community. I involved a few folks from Bloomberg in the ORAS channel and to see whether we can collaborate to make the ORAS Python library much mature in the future. And another topic is actually from Echo. Echo has there's an advocate from Echo who presented how to manage and attach vulnerability scanning report in the OCI registries, and they use Harbor Container Registry as an example in their demo. So they also use this ORAS CLI to attach the vulnerability scanning report to a Harbor images and share how they manage their supply chain lifecycle and also the supply chain metadata in the container registry. ORAS CLI has been involved in their demo. The third one is from a Harbor maintainer. This is the second one that I have been mentioned in this meeting. And the third one, I think, is from Harbor team. They actually use this ORAS CLI in their Harbor 2.10, and they demonstrated how to use ORAS CLI to push an artifact and attach OCI artifacts to their pushed images. And they demonstrate how to use the latest OCI 1.1 in Harbor Container Registry and also with ORAS CLI to showcase the latest updates of OCI 1.1. I think all of those recordings and the presentation slide deck will be shared by CNCF within 1 week. So I will post related content in ORAS Slack channel.
They're already out there. It's already out there.
Already,
they were really good this year. Like the day after, everything's already up.
Okay, I was not aware of those content already published. I will try to find those slide deck and recording videos and share it in ORAS channel. Awesome. Thank you, Ian and Andrew, for the heads up. So from my perspective, I have been noticed at least 3 topics which uses ORAS libraries and ORAS CLI in their presentation. I think this is a very good start for ORAS, and it definitely increased the visibility of the ORAS project in the community and also at the KubeCon conference. And I think the most amazing thing that I have been seeing is the proposal at ArgoCon. Unfortunately, I was not there, but Ango had a one-on-one with me and deep dive into the overall proposal of Argo CD OCI support with ORAS understood, as we already discussed at the beginning of this meeting. So these 4 topics, these 4 related KubeCon sessions are the content that I have been observed at the KubeCon conference. So Andrew, any other findings from your side?
It was just covered. The OCI was just, it was all over the place. At the keynote, it was in all the sessions that was just mentioned. We have a huge opportunity to ensure that ORAS becomes the de facto library for managing OCI content.
Okay, I'm gonna summarize my key findings in a short article and involve all of those related content and recordings in my article. I'm gonna share it later. Okay, back to our agenda. All of those information are involved and at KubeCon. So next step, I will share it in an article to summarize those information. Next step is, I think, for the next topic, we're gonna discuss the proposal of archiving 2 ORAS sub-projects. They are ORAS credential goal and the artifact spec. So Shui, would you mind share some updates regarding these 2 repositories, especially for the ORAS credential goal?
Sure. So originally we are developing the credential package in the ORAS credential Go, but later we found that it has no dependency at all. So we moved this package into the ORAS Go package, and thus the ORAS credential Go will no longer be developed in this repository. So that's what the main reason we want to archive this repository. Yeah, and it has no activity for a long time. I mean, for this repository. And even if it has bugs, we're not fixing it in this repository, but fixing it in the ORAS Go. There's another repository called Artifact Spec. Yes, this repo, well, we can archive it or we can keep it. I think I need more input from other maintainers. The background is that before OCI spec 1.1, there's no spec about artifact. That's why we have this artifact spec repo in the ORAS project. So we have something called the ORAS artifact manifest. And later, it evolves into a manifest called OCI artifact manifest. But later, in the later RC versions of the OCI image spec, this artifact manifest got removed and replaced by the original image manifest with a subject field. So now, today, the OCI image spec 1.1 has been released, and we do have a place to store the artifact. So that means yes, we have a way to store artifacts in the OCI image manifest, but it is since the structure of the image manifest is still different from our ORAS artifact spec, so for me it's very hard to decide whether to archive it, although they are similar. So I want to have more inputs from other maintainers.
Thank you, Shui, for the history explanation and give more context about this sub-project. And I'm sharing another PR, another pull request that Sajay studied last year, which is to archive the artifact spec repository. But this PR has not been reviewed and approved at that time. So maybe we can revisit whether we want to move this PR forward and see whether this is a valid pull request at this moment.
Yeah, so Sajid also mentioned in the chat window that we should archive this repo. Do other maintainers have any other inputs?
I mean, just to state the obvious. Sorry, it's better if we archive that to give a consistent message from ORAS saying that OCI 1.1 is released and this is the way forward for now. And we're not deleting the repository or anything. We're just archiving it just to give a proper indication that you're not actively working on it, which might be the status, right?
Yeah, I'm thinking, aside from this only sentence, I'm thinking we can give more context about why we choose to archive this repository, because its mission has been reached, and now we have OCI 1.1 stable release out. And I think that
Okay, I can update this PR then.
Okay. To me, I'm also fine with archiving this repository because in the early stage, it was only one or two, very few registries that implemented artifact spec in maybe 2 years ago. And then we contributed all of those major updates and functionalities to the upstream OCI spec. So I think there's no many dependencies, and especially the third-party projects relying on this project. So it's not I'm with Sajay and Shui to archive this repository.
Yeah, I'll update the PR. I think that's fine.
Yes, so just let Sajid to update the PR, and I think we can archive this repo.
Andrew, any concerns on archiving artifacts back and also the ORAS credential goal?
None from my side, no.
Okay, that's clear. So for ORAS credential goal, I think the similar thing is that we migrated all of those functionalities to and interface to ORAS goal, and now this repository also reached its mission. in the ORAS community. So I think the next step is also to create an issue to request the archival process in the ORAS Credential Go repository. And we will also add a statement in the README and tell users that this repo will not be actively maintained, and please go to ORAS Go for the latest updates. If there's no concerns for archiving these two repositories, we will follow up the actions that we discussed in this meeting and move it forward. Okay. The last topic that I want to align with you all is related to the ORAS V1.3 milestone discussion. Actually, as you may remember, we have been discussed the ORAS milestone and roadmap in our last meeting, in our March 5th meeting. And we just walked through a few GitHub issues and align a part of the scope for ORAS V1.3. So in this meeting, I wanna reach an alignment for the all ORAS V1.3 milestone and see whether these are the right directions for us to invest in the next few months. So I created a GitHub discussion for open discussion, and also I grouped all of those related issues into 4 aspects that we may need to invest and improve in ORAS V1.3. This is similar to how we gather the comments and the feedback in the community as last time. So half a year ago, I also created a related issue to collect feedback from the community, and I received a few feedback from other maintainers and also from the end users. So this time, I used the same approach to collect the feedback and share what we want to go in the next few months, and also for the upcoming milestone. So in short, these 4 perspectives are considered for the next milestone. The first and the foremost thing is to improve the verbose logs for all ORAS commands. This will enhance the troubleshooting experience for ORAS CLI. And the second thing is related to support multi-app image. It's actually the image index support in ORAS. We have been seeing a lot of issues related to this feature request. And the third aspect is related to streamline the annotating experience. ORAS currently requires a static JSON file as an input to update annotations in some cases. This is not convenient in automation and scripting scenario. And meantime, annotating experience is also critical to enable users to update the OCI image annotation metadata, especially for the container secure supply chain. Users may want to update the image lifecycle metadata with ORAS. So I think this is also one of the important enhancements for ORAS 1.3. So I added 1 issue, but maybe more issue might be created soon. The last aspect is some regular user experience and performance enhancement. I grouped some related issues in this part, and this might be added. Some more issues might be added to this area later. And again, this is an open discussion. I want to collect more suggestions and see whether anything are missed in our next milestone. So maintainers, please take a quick review on this discussion, this proposal, and see if there's anything we want to add or we want to remove from the current list. And in fact, most of the issues and proposed investment areas are the similar or are the same items that we moved from the last milestone. Those are considered as nice to have in ORAS 1.2, and the fact is that those work items are not finalized in ORAS 1.2, so we moved these work items from 1.2 to 1.3.
So Payman, we kind of discussed offline about pull and being able to pull an image or a first layer, right? That is another item. We don't have an issue to track that. Even if it doesn't make in the milestone, I think we should probably like at least track the ability, because a lot of people have to use that copy command to do the pull today, right?
I mean the pull image from the registry to the OCR layout.
Yeah.
Is that the case?
Yeah. People have to kind of work around. They try pulling an image and they get an empty artifact because it is not an artifact. And instead we kind of tell them, oh, you can copy it to an OCI layout. And it seems counterintuitive because all you're doing is that in the end, I think that experience seems to be odd. I would like us to maybe at least discuss the experience in this milestone of what pull an image looks like. So then we can figure out maybe 1.4, we can include that. But I'm excited about the fact that we finally get verbose logging improvements. That's been the thing I'm most excited about.
Yeah, I see. And we actually had an issue to track the support of pulling an OCI image from registry to OCI layout. The purpose of this issue is to provide a natural experience of pulling image content from registry to local and make the design principle conforms to users' default behavior, default habits. I think, Sajay, you are referring to this issue, right? And we had a very long discussion in the Slack channel with a user. Yeah, and actually many pull and push OCI image was not considered in the initial design principles, but after several rounds discussion with community users in the ORAS Slack channel, we have seen a lot of users by default they want to pull OCI images from the registry to OCI layouts instead of copy across different destinations. So I think this issue is to streamline the pulling experience, especially for pulling OCI images, and provide a natural experience for users. If we also agree that this should be an important investment for ORAS 1.3, I think we can mark it as 1.3 and group related issues in this in the ORAS 1.3 milestone. I have created another issue.
That we can. Sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
I would be skeptical if, whether we'll be able to complete the implementation, but at least we can chalk out the design specs so that just like we did for format, we can kind of land a good proposal in the next milestone.
Yeah, for those issues that need specifications, we added the spec required for those issues. And obviously, we have a few issues related to ORAS pool experience enhancement. For example, this one support customizing file name in ORAS pool. And another one is to enable users to pull a referral from an image manifest. So I will add those two issues as the specification work in ORAS v1.3. If we don't have enough time to finalize the implementation, I think at least we can we can have PRs to define the scenarios and expect behaviors to design for the ORAS pool experience, especially for pulling OCI images and the referrals. Thanks, Sajay, for the heads up. I think we have one more topic, one more investment area added to the discussion. Andrew, did you see any gap or anything mixed in the group discussion?
I have not had a chance to go through it yet, unfortunately.
Okay. So I will leave more time for offline review, and I'm also waiting for maintainers to chime in and give some advice, or maybe just look good to me on this proposal, so that we can move ORAS with 1.3 forward and that deadline, maybe set an ETA for ORAS 1.3. Okay, I will park this discussion, and next I will also post this discussion link in the ORAS channel in case other maintainers can comment on it. So for the time reason, we have a few more maintainers who will not be able to join us this time. So I will tag them to help review and align on our future direction.
Thanks, Feynman.
Yeah, I think all of those content and the topics are involved in our today's meeting. Any questions and topics you want to discuss? We have 18 minutes left. And by the way, I want to double confirm with Andrew. So there's an issue assigned to Andrew and marked as V1.3. Yes, you, Sajay?
Correct.
There's one issue related to V1.3 milestone. So I want to make sure that you are still on track and you are able to work on it for V1.3. This one?
I plan on doing it, yes.
Okay. If you need any help or advice on this issue, feel free to ping us in the Slack channel.
Absolutely.
And thank you, Andrew, for your continuous support and the contribution to the ORAS project. there's no questions, I think we can close today's meeting earlier and give time back to you folks.
Sounds good. Have a great evening and great day, everyone.
Have a nice evening, nice day, everyone.
Yeah, thank
Thanks,
you.
everyone.
Bye.
Thank you, everyone. Bye.